What's up guys, it's the Nitro here and we're back with another prediction. Yes, it's been a little bit of a break since we last did one because international break.
Guess who's back?
But we're back now, fully charged, fully generated. We're back for another one. Now if you're new here and you don't really know what this is, you clicked on the video by accident or something you recommended, or you just want to know what the play is all about.
Shut up!
This is me doing my predictions for this weekend's matches, sort of the main ones of the weekend, so that's pretty much what it is. If you don't like this video, then click off and watch Minecraft Let's Play. Some more cringe content that you like to watch. Anyway, we're going to start off with Chelsea versus Manchester United. And two teams have had iffy, sort of different starts so far. We start off with Chelsea, who've been sensational so far in the start of the season. They're 8 matches, they're unbeaten in all competitions. So far, Sarri is playing Sarri ball. Their football is joy to watch. Jorginho, who's been a really fantastic signing. You can totally see where Manchester City and Pep Guardiola wanted to sign him. He's really good passer in that midfield. Kante's playing new position this season, and Eden Hazard has been not just the best player for Chelsea, probably the best player in the world right now.
Say what?
In terms of form and consistency, he's been sensational. Top goal scorer in the Premier League this season. I think he's the best player in the Premier League right now. And Sarri saying he had 40 goals this season. I thought, really? He's never scored 20 goals in a Premier League this season, so I don't think he can score. I think 40 goals in all competitions, maybe. But I think definitely he can average maybe 30 goals this season, 100%, because he's got that in his locker, there's no doubt about it. But as for Man United, they've had a total contrast to what Chelsea has so far. Manchester United have had so many nightmares, so much dark clouds going over them at this moment in time. With Mourinho, the board, the players, ex-professionals who play for Manchester United, Paul Scholes, Rio Ferdinand come out and saying if Lionel Messi was playing for them, he would even struggle to turn this team around. So it's sort of right now all over the place at this minute, to be honest. The win against Newcastle United was more like paper over the cracks because they were 2-0 down to the worst Newcastle United team I have ever seen in terms of quality, in terms of talent. It's just absolutely horrific in terms of that. But they got back one from Alexis Sanchez's header, but that's still up here with the cracks for me. This is a must not lose game for them, so Mourinho will probably be defensive, be organised, park the bus. But I think Chelsea will have enough quality to break them down. I'm going for a 2-1 win for Chelsea, and Eden Hazard to bang in the winner. Now head to Italy to talk about the Milan derby between Inter and AC. And these two teams have also had very iffy sort of starts as well, but now going on the right track. Start off with Inter, who first couple of games, Atletico was under massive pressure, even though he had tough fixtures, but against Sassuolo, they lost. And then after that, they sort of started back in the saddle with a really good 3-0 win. And then an Icadi's been smashing the goals in recently, scoring 2 against Splat. As for AC Milan, like Inter, they had a really rocky start as well. And not really, I think Gattuso's a really good coach. Not really, but I think he's a really good manager, Gattuso. I still don't think he's the right manager for AC Milan, but we'll give him time possibly. He's sort of a new manager, but he's doing really well so far. They're starting to pick form at the right time, seeing what's Ender. So this is going to be a really intriguing game between these two. But these two have got some of the 2 best number 9s in world football, Higuain and Mario Icardi. Higuain's been smashing the goals since he's been at AC Milan, and Icardi has been a revelation again in Serie, and I think he will be going to a top club very soon if he keeps performing like this week in and week out. But I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. I think both Icardi and Higuain will score both of the goals. Now into Spain, we're talking about Barcelona versus the leaders so far in Sevilla. I'm going to start off with Sevilla. They've had a sensational start this season. Last season they struggled for goals, and that's the reason why they didn't really put a challenge in for the Champions League places. This season not so much. Benitez has been sensational. Again, he looks like maybe, they've had some really good strikers for France. He's another one. Andre Silva has been a sensational signing since they signed. He's not just a really leading goal scorer for Sevilla this season, he's also the top goal scorer in La Liga. So he's definitely showing what AC Milan saw in him, but didn't really work in Milan because I think he was just signed far too young, not like Roberto Sanchez at Bayern Munich. He just needed a couple more years, maybe at Porto, maybe at a lower level before going to a massive club in AC Milan. As for so they're having a fantastic start to the season, Sevilla, and they're top of the league. As for Barcelona, they're second or third in the league at the minute, and only a point behind. But there's sort of a lot of rumblings going on, and Valverde's under massive pressure. If he doesn't win the Champions League this season, he's going to have a job, and maybe somebody else could come and replace him. The very speculation around Koeman could be on the job, could be the next Barca manager, even though he's taking the Netherlands job and doing really well with the Netherlands at the fresh in Germany for midweek. But Messi, I just think Messi can't do it on his own. He's sort of against that stage, Messi, where he's not going to score over 50 goals or 60 goals a season. Somebody else will step up to the plate. And so far it's been Dembele, but then Valverde's been checking out the team and then putting back in the team, then that just loses the kid's confidence. So we'll see in Barcelona. I think Barcelona are more concentrated on the Champions League than they are in La Liga, which is a possibility because they've won Champions League from 2015. And they've won La Liga 7 of the last 10 years, so I can see they're going to that and not La Liga. But I think Barca will win this game 3-2. I think Messi will get the winner. Now then, back to Italy, and we're talking about the newly promoted club Panama and Lazio. Panama, I'm going to start with them. They've had a sensational start since they're back from Serie. And this is a team that a couple of years ago they were administrated. They were on the verge of the club never being a club again. They went right up through the leagues again. Going up that ladder from Serie D, B, and now Serie A, and they're really doing well. They've had a fantastic start to the season. I think they're in the top 10, and to be honest, I'm not surprised because they signed some really good players like Jorginho, the former Arsenal and Roma striker. They've also got some really youngsters, really good young kids coming through as well. So they have a really bright future, Panama, and I'm really looking forward to see what they can do in Serie A. I think if they get more cup wins, they can definitely consolidate as a top 10 Serie A team. As for Lazio, they've kept Ciro Immobile and Mr. Savage those two top players to new contracts. We'll see if if contracts are just paper or do they really mean they want to stay there. But so far it looks bright for Lazio. They definitely will be Champions League contenders. Just think in the big games, I wouldn't say this is a big game, but in the big games against AC, Juventus, Napoli, Roma, they sort of slip up in. But I think they'll quite comfortably beat Panama 3-0. I think Lazio have enough quality going forward just to edge out this game against Panama. Alright, the German Bundesliga, we're talking about Bayern Munich crisis and Wolfsburg. Well, Bayern Munich have had an awful start to the season. Even though last season was an awful start, this season looks worse than what last season was. Because they can't beat Ajax at home. They got beat quite convincingly against Clubback. Massive pressure on the new Bayern Munich manager, even though I think it's been hard done by because the board from Bayern Munich, Rummenigge and Uli Hoeneß haven't really given them anything to do because they kept Ribery and Robin. For me, they should have sold those two because they're a year older. They're not as fit as they were, and they're not as pace as they were. And so there's too much aging players. Boateng and Hummels are not their age. I think they're over 30 plus. The only youngster they have is Kimmich. Even David Alba is getting an age now. So and don't even get me started on Javi Martinez. He is not a midfield player. He's a centre back playing on midfielder. So and they haven't replaced Vidal. And Lewandowski's been linked all the time. Is he going to lead Bayern Munich? This, that, and the other. So right now it's been all what ifs, sort of question marks at Bayern Munich. And a lot of doom and gloom at that club. As for Wolfsburg, they had a great sort of first 4 fixtures, and then let's sort of go back to the old Wolfsburg fighting for relegation. And last season they were in a relegation playoff. So I don't really know what Mega Wolfsburg, but I think in this game, I think Wolfsburg. I was going to go for a goalless draw, but I just think Bayern Munich have enough quality going forward just to edge this game 1-0. I think Lewandowski with the winner, but this game I don't think will make a difference to Bayern. I think the Champions League game coming up midweek is absolutely humongous, and that will really see what this Bayern team really are about this season. If they lose that game, it's going to be a lot of there's going to be a lot of things going to be said in that dressing room. Now back to the Premier League and talk about Wolves versus Watford. These two have had sensational starts. Well, I say Wolves, more like Watford had a great start, and then started dictating, go back to the flaky Watford that we all know. After beating Spurs, they were off a while. Can this team really win the Premier League? Even I thought so, but not really. Can this team do that next study? Don't really think so now because they got thrashed 4-0 by Bournemouth before this national break. As for what, I just think they're probably going to be maybe top 10 is probably achievable for them this season, Watford. but we wouldn't say that. As for Wolves, they are here to stay in the Premier League. I've really impressed them so far this season. I think they're going to be up there with Everton and Leicester, fighting for the sort of the best of the rest, or top 7, top 8 this season. They've been sensational signings. Ruben Neves, I'm also a fan of it. Jarentino is one hell of a midfield player in that midfield. They've also got Connor Cody, who's a really good up-and-coming English defender. They've also got Rudy Patricio. I still don't know how they signed him from Sporting Lisbon. And they've got so many other great players. A really good youngster coming, a good signing they brought in, a record signing in Adama Traore, who even Martin Keown thought, and I even thought, that he was sort of just passed his driving test by losing L plates. So I can understand that, but now he looks like a different player. He's got definitely an end product now. They get when he probably being the championship of Middlesbrough has definitely helped him now. So I think Wolves will just beat Watford 2-1, and I think right now they're in the state. And then maybe the next couple of seasons they could easily challenge the top 6. Well, that's a big statement for me, but so far they've been excellent to watch in the Premier League. Alright, back to La Liga, where we're going to be talking about Villarreal versus Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid keep winning 1-0, and that must be the best scoreline for them since Diego Simeone has been in charge. Even though you got one of the best strikers in the world in Griezmann and Diego Costa, you spent a ton of money in Thomas Lemar and many other players. So I expect Atletico Madrid to score goals this season, but then again, they keep winning 1-0. I don't really know. That's their argument. They only a point off. I mean, yes, this team is definitely going to be challenged for La Liga this season. They're also going to be a dark horse for the Champions League this season because they're playing it in their own backyard. As for Villarreal, I'm really happy to see Santi Cazorla get more football again because he's had horrific injuries. His first spell at Villarreal, I hope he does well there, but I think Villarreal, he didn't really bring a striker in, and I can totally see why, because they don't have any goals in their team. They've got some really great creative players. They don't have a number 9, a finisher. Carlos Bacca is not a great finisher. He's a good player, but not a great finisher. And I think maybe in the giant transfer window, that's going to be the reason why they don't get top 4. And you got the likes of the Valencia and Kevin Gamera and Bashirari. And you also got the likes of Sevilla, got Andre Silva and Kep Benyetta. So that's the difference between, for me, it's very hard to catch those two, and the sort of the gap between Barcelona and Real Madrid. So to be honest, I think Villarreal will lose this game 1-0. Yes, the good old-fashioned scoring I think Madrid love. 1-0. I think Griezmann will get the winner. And the last game is Nice versus Marseille. Nice, who are now managed by Patrick Vieira, that's the former Arsenal player. And he's had an iffy start, even though they sold their best striker, who's now Richard Mönchengladbach back. They've also kept Balotelli, at least for another season, because some really good players coming through. And it's sort of always been that club, Nice. Too good. They sort of, if you have top quality great players, superstar players, you sell them at a massive price, and you bring the next players through. They've always done that. I think of, like, say, Ben Arfa, who went to Nice, then he went to PSG. So that's what they always do. As for Marseille, they've had an iffy start. If it wasn't for Monaco's horrific start, I know they've got a new manager, they sacked Argine, and now brought in Thierry Henry. Hope he does well there. But this is a massive season for Marseille because Monaco are in bottom 3, and it's going to take them. I mean, they're really a massive gap between them. I mean, if Marseille do not finish top 3 this season, the Marseille manager will be under huge pressure because he spent a ton of money on this team. I don't think they have a number 9. That's the problem. You don't have a striker. Kostas Mitroglou is not a great striker, and German is a decent player, but he's not going to score 20 goals a season. It's going to be down to Turban Payet, who's again inconsistent as usual for Marseille's season. He could score a phenomenal goal, but he doesn't even start the next game because that's just what he is. So I'm not really convinced about Marseille because you got Montpellier, you got Lille this season, that's been sensational. Lille actually smashed Marseille 3-0 this season, so Lille look a really good side this season, but no one's going to patch PSG, and I think Lyon are going to be fighting for second. Second is going to be where I think they finish the season. So it's going to be really difficult, but I think Marseille will win this game against Nice 3-1. I just think they have enough firepower to beat them. Nice defensively haven't been great this season, so it's going to be very tough for them. So guys, now the prediction for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys are having a smashing day. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to caress and just make sweet love to that notification button. Anyway, please like, subscribe, and outro. Peace out.